Hello, on this 4th of July, the American independence, 244 years ago, America signed a treaty to separate from the royal crown and went their way to become an independent nation that we know of called United States of America, the greatest nation on earth. Today, after 244 years, it's a very different independence of America, and people who look up to America for answers. After all, if they had been with the royal crown, with the British Empire and the British colony, and the family of the Commonwealth of the British, they would have at least had a special celebration, because here in Britain we are celebrating the unlocking of the lockdown. In other words, we have very much freed ourselves from being locked in. When you look at America, it is completely the opposite, where they were relaxed with the lockdown. They are now locking themselves and stay at home on this Independent Day is advised by many of the states across the entire nation. Why I'm saying this, once again, if they had been with the Commonwealth, with the royal crown, like Britain, we are free to go out and have a haircut, pour our first pint at the pub, and go to a restaurant, of course, with great alertness, great respect for social distancing, with the mask on, and so on. If you take New Zealand, if you take Australia, if you take Canada, the neighbors of America, they're all are relaxing their lockdown. They're free, so to speak, from this invisible enemy that is struck us almost 5-6 months ago. It's not over yet. We have to tread carefully. We are taking advice from the people in the know, and all we have to do is just that. Not to put yourself in a position by becoming a politician or becoming a policymaker in the government, yet listen to the people who have invested their time in learning and studying and interacting with what we don't know, and they're involved with what they are put their life at, wanting to learn and to understand. And that's what I mean by science, that you put so much time of your own life forward to know what it is in this existence. There are so many. What we know is minuscule, a speck. What we don't know is a possibility. The longing to know, the seeking to know, and wanting to know, and bow down and accepting. What we don't know will always come to haunt us. What we don't know is always the reality. What we know has no significance for what is real. So in this, If America had been part of the royal crown, at least they would have been somewhat celebrated this freedom of movement, freedom of expression, freedom of life, at least get a haircut and have a bit of a pint down the font, down the pub. So all in all, on this incredible 4th of July day, where some nations are struggling, some nations have taken the steps, yet with so many mistakes. Of course, when you don't know, the mistakes are inevitable. Only way the human will know is by falling. But when you fall, when you get up because of somebody else who helped you, you haven't learned, you're going to do the same mistake again. So when you fall, if you rise with your own mistakes, that you will make an incredible strides in our world, in for humanity and for all. So in other words, the Royal Crown and the Commonwealth is a great place to be, to find ourselves so much in freedom, being able to express ourselves and somewhat relaxed atmosphere about it, yet conscious of what is out there. May everyone be well and healthy and strong and remain focused and alert to the virus. It's not the politics. It's not how big and how significant you think you are. That invisible virus can get under your skin and make you feel vulnerable and fragile and mortal. Have a great weekend wherever you are. And if you're in America, celebrate the great Independence Day, 4th of July festivities with immense responsibility. With that, if you take an individual responsibility, in turn, everybody around would also be responsible. And you have done your part in being a conscious and accountable, reasonable, and most importantly, responsible citizen of that nation and for the world. Thank you.